What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have some more Detroit Lions news as they continue to fill out holes on this roster, as they said they would in free agency, and today is the kicker spot. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to the video. Glad you guys are here. And I know I got Kenny Golladay still on the board. That's not part of the video. Don't look at that. Just don't look. Look, I forgot to erase it, honestly. I've been trying to watch film in between these videos, but they just keep doing things. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll just break the news, and the films is going to have to wait. So probably tomorrow. Are we thinking tomorrow? I'm just going to go through all the film. Maybe one tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, let's talk about the Lions signing. The Lions are prepared to sign Randy Bullock to a deal, and that should be done by tonight. Now, we don't have the contract details on this because it's not like completely finalized yet, but it's looking like it's going to happen. That's what all the reports have been. So Randy Bullock will be a Detroit Lion to replace Matt Prater, who we found out yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that's going to sign with the Arizona Cardinals on a 2-year, $7 million deal, which definitely hurt. It hurt, Matt. Come on, Prater. It did hurt a little bit. Matt Prater was so clutch for the Detroit Lions. But the Lions went out and they got their replacement today. I'm assuming it's going to be cheaper than Matt Prater. Now, when I looked at the free agency class after I knew Matt Prater was leaving, I looked at it and said, well, there's no obvious upgrades here in free agency from Matthew Wright. But the two guys that could be are probably maybe Cody Parkey and maybe a guy like Randy Bullock. You know, if you look at their stats, because they do have a better stat line, if you compare Matthew Wright's college stats to these NFL kicker stats. Now, Matthew Wright, last season, he was with Pittsburgh. He was 4 for 4 on field goals, 7 for 7 on extra points. If you don't know who that is, that's the kicker we signed to a futures contract for this season. And he's very young. I was thinking that he might get a chance to actually have that role, but he'll still compete for the spot. You know, he's got the futures contract. He can still battle with Randy for the spot. If he wins it, great. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But if he doesn't, we have a guy in Bullock here who we can rely upon. Now, he's not coming off of his best season statistically. I think he was one of the only 2 kickers to miss multiple kicks between 30 and 39. He was 8 for 10 in that range. But career-wise, he's an 83% kicker over his career. Last season, he was nearly 81%. He was 21 for 26. Matt Prater was 21 for 28. So if you want to, kind of put that in. And from 50-plus field goals last season, he was 3 for 5. So it's not bad. Matt Prater started a little bit last season with the deep field goals. 2017, he missed 2. 2018, he missed 2. 2019, he missed 1. And last season, he missed 1 extra point. But since it's been moved back, kickers have been doing that. Also, he can take kickoff responsibilities as well. So if Jack Fox can't do it, he could be the guy to do the kickoffs, and he'd be more than comfortable with doing that, which is always important because we've seen that before where Matt Prater had to do kickoffs. So it's always important to have a guy that can do kickoffs if you need him to, and that's what he's kind of used to doing. So for the Detroit Lions, if they need him to, or if they think he's, better than Jack Fox at it, which I don't know if they do, then he could get that opportunity to do that as well. But from 50-plus, he's about 50%. His career is 12 for 25 from 50-plus, which, just under 50%, it's not too bad. Really, Matt Prater wasn't the same kicker from 50-plus last season, but on his career, he made 74% of his kicks from 50-plus. Randy Bullock makes just under 50% of his kicks from 50-plus. He has had way less opportunities, 12 for 25 versus Matt Prater's 59 for 79. And his long kick comes in at 57 yards for his career. It's 55 last season, which is pretty long. It's no Matt Prater 64, but it's pretty long. It was CBS that ranked the kickers that were free agents for this offseason, and they ranked Randy Bullock number 6 above Matt Prater, who I think came in at number 9. They had like Young Hoku at number 1, but number 6, okay, 6. Ultimately going with Austin Seibert. I'm not exactly sure why they went with this guy. Maybe because he's younger, he's only 24 years old, but he was 6 for 8, but it was healthy scratch. It was a healthy scratch for Randy Bullock. He wasn't missing times to injuries. They just went with someone different. I don't have all these stats, and I don't know the game winner stats, like when it's a game tying or game winning field goal, but I do know that he had 1 miss last season on a 31-yard field goal, which would have tied the game. And that may be the reason. I mean, now he said he was hurt after that, but that could have been a big reason that they decided to go with a different guy, different kicker, because of a miss like that. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot to put on 1 miss, but that was one of those between the 30 and 39 range, and of course, that is a big one. But over time with the Bengals, he's been a very reliable kicker that apparently a lot of fans have had a lot of trust in. Statistically, we know throughout his career, he's been really good, and he's had his fair share of game-winning field goals, but he's also had 2 bad misses, and that happens. What happens? He had one against the Texans, where the Texans ended up winning their division because he missed it, and that was a 40-some yard kick, and then obviously this past season, you miss a 31-yarder to tie the game. That one's going to hurt. And we've seen kickers, you know, really get in trouble for missing close ones. Vikings. Wow. Bears. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just something with kickers that you'll notice throughout their careers. You know, a lot of times they can have those swings where they're up and then they, you know, they're at the bottom and they got to figure out how to get mentally back into. We saw it a little bit last year with Prater, and they had to bounce back. And that's the good thing is we've seen Randy Bullock do that. Nugent was struggling a little bit, so he found his opportunity there. It's always good to see those guys bounce back. Also, it's really interesting that his career field goal percentage at 83.2 is the exact same as Matt Prater's. The exact same. He's only 31 years old, so he could definitely be a longer term option as they can continue to probably bring him back if they want to. So it's not something that's like, okay, you know, he's super old. This is probably on his last leg. Get it? It's a game-winning tackle. That's right. So game-saving tackle, I should say. So I think this was on a kickoff. A couple missed tackles by the Bengals, and he was the guy to make the tackle to save, I think it was the Steelers, from winning the game. So that's, you know, there you go. He got 3 combined tackles on his stat sheet. What? Where are those coming from? I see you 3, really 3% on his career. Matthew Wright was 77.5% in his career in college. So clearly, you know, they have a strong option here if they want to roll with it. But it fills out another need. Lions can focus on some other things in the draft, like the players that they like. I know this isn't part of the video at all, but I thought I'd throw it in here. The Bears just cut Kyle Fuller, their top cornerback, and he saves them, I guess, $14 million a season. That's a lot of money to save. But they literally cut their top cornerback. It's not like he's coming off a bad season. He's coming off a really good season where he allowed 55% completion percentage and an 89 passer rating. Like, dang, that's tough. I mean, hey, that's just how it is, though, with this COVID year. Apparently, what I've read is they were $10 million over the cap, so I guess they had to get under the cap with this move. Do not let this... Golladay, don't sign with the Chicago Bears, okay? I'm telling you right now, don't do it. But dang, man, they just lost their top cornerback. That's great news for us. I mean, that's really good news for us. Of course, they're going to, you know, try to replace some things here, but... yeah, they had to save some money. They didn't have the cap. They tagged Allen Robinson, right? So let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.